Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of a three address code representation. So basically any kind of expression can be break down into maximum of three addresses, okay, which independently results that two operands and one result. So one to store result. So these three addresses can be used to represent as many expressions, okay, of a big expression, guys. Okay, so you'll be understanding once we are going through an example. So a statement involves not more than three addresses or references. Two for operand and one for result is called as three address code statement. Okay, so a collection of these statements are nothing but three address code. Okay, note at most one operator on RHS. So basically even in RHS there should be a maximum of one operator only. Okay, yes. Okay, so three address code representation can be done in three different ways, guys. Quadruple, triple, and sorry for that, indirect triple. Okay, okay. So quadruple. So it is nothing but indicating the number 4, right? Triple means a 3. Indirect triple. So triple plus indirect, right? Yes. So please understand this terminology, guys, because this terminology is really important. Okay. Okay. So assume that the given expression is x plus y into z. Okay. So for this, the intermediate code will be, that is nothing but three address code will be, okay, so into z. So first this operation, and with respect to result t2 is equals to x plus t1. That's it. So this will be your intermediate code. Okay. Yes. So that's what we got here. That is nothing but intermediate code is nothing but three address code, guys. Okay. Similarly, a is equals to b into minus c plus b into minus d. So here this is nothing but the minus c and minus c, guys. Okay. Yes. So t1 is equals to minus c, t2 is equals to b into t1. So here if you understand, so here these are unary operators, right? So unary operators will always have the higher priority. So that is the reason why you will be writing them first. So I am storing them in t1, then b into t1 I am doing, and I am storing in t2. Similarly, minus c again I am storing in t3, and b into minus c, that is nothing but b into t3 I am storing in t4. So T5 is equals to the addition of these two, T2 and T4. So by observing these things, you'll be saying that why are you wasting the memory by storing the same things again and again? These two are similar and these two are similar, right? Yes. So you know that by observation we can say. But basically when it is converting into intermediate code or three address code, it will not check those things, guys. So this code is passed through code optimizer, which removes these things, guys, which we'll be discussing in one of our lectures in our future, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Yes. So for this addresses, these 5 addresses, we'll be discussing the quadruple, triple, and indirect triple. So quadruple, I told you 4 arguments. So the 4 arguments is nothing but op code, okay, argument 1, argument 2, and a result. So these are the 4, guys. So this is nothing but address location 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So the first is nothing but a minus a c, right? So minus a c. So operator is minus, and the argument 1 is a c, and the result is in t1. Okay. Similarly, b into t1 is equals to, sorry, t2 is equals to b into t2. T2 is equals to b into t1. Okay. So in that way, you'll be filling the whole table, guys. Okay. So t3 is equals to minus c. T4 is equals to b into t3. T5 is equals to t2 plus t4. Okay. So we filled this table. Okay. So the major disadvantage in this is nothing but here, as here see, we defined 5 temporary variables, guys. Is there any need of these temporary variables? No. You can manage even without these temporary variables, guys. So that is the reason why quadruple is one of the most overheaded temporary variables method, guys. Okay. Similarly, triple. So triple is nothing but here you will be using 3 parameters or 3 arguments. That is nothing but operand, argument 1, and argument 2. So here we will be having a minus a c, and we will be storing that result in the 0th position, guys. So now this is the argument, guys, or this is the result, guys, you can say. Okay. Then you will be multiplying this result with b. Okay. So b into the result, that is nothing but 0th position. Okay. Similarly, minus c is stored in a 2, and b into minus second position, that is nothing but second position, and at the end you will be adding the first and third position to get the final result. Okay. So here the advantage is that we are skipping the temporary variables. Okay. And indirect triple. So from the name you can identify, guys. So it is nothing but the triple plus indirect option. So indirect option is nothing but the address with the index, guys. Okay, so this is mapped to this, guys. So that is nothing but indirect triple, guys. So the same table of triple is written, and just the linking of a table from address to the location is nothing but your indirect triple. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea on this indirect triple and all the three address code representations. So in the next lecture we'll be discussing about intermediate code or SDT or SDD for flow control statements, like for if else and all those statements we'll be discussing about how they are represented. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you, thanks for watching.